Welcome to Zeifmans Quarterly 3, the Developers Trend Edition.
The number one piece of advice for developers would be to have a very strong, experienced team in place. That is something the lenders are looking for when you're sourcing capital from them. I would also recommend to have very good feasibility in place, and certainly a solid exit strategy would be very, very helpful.
Do your homework, be prepared, and make sure that your financial records and tax compliance are up to date.
It's important because if the developer needs immediate financing and their financial records are not up to date, it could delay the developer in obtaining the financing. Developers need to focus on affordability with downtown Toronto prices skyrocketing.
As the cost of living in the major cities is increasing, we're seeing a huge drive of the millennials shifting from cities into the suburbs. And as they're moving into the suburbs, one of the challenges that developers are facing is how to bring the city life into the suburbs. So we see developments coming up which have a lot of cafes, restaurants, and a lifestyle that is very similar to what a downtown of a major city would be.
Developers should be creating spaces that are addressing the needs of the current generation of buyers. Accessible, affordable, pedestrian-friendly development projects.
Developers need to consider job growth and economic development when choosing a location. This is important for the long-term viability of the project.
Millennials and Generation Z are concerned about environmental impact. They're not necessarily looking for square footage, but things like amenities and social networking spaces.
So demographics will have a huge impact for developers when they're bringing in new projects. We've got a population of boomers who have more disposable income and less debt. So we have to put together projects to cater to that segment of the society. Then we also have the millennials, and we have a complete shift in the way the millennials are shopping. Retail shopping concept of a traditional mall is almost eliminating, and they're moving more towards online shopping, which means when we are putting up new condo projects, we must keep in mind that there has to be enough storage space for all these deliveries that are coming in. Millennials are also working more hours, longer hours, and career focused. So we see a whole generation that is not cooking at home most days, which has increased a lot of online deliveries for food, frozen food items. So when we're putting together condo developments, we also have to ensure that there are storage facilities for these services.
Thank you for joining us today. Please leave your questions and comments in the section below.